Way down deep, there is sacred ground. Way down beneath your feet, there is wisdom to be found.
Dottie Kyle founded the Oregon Friends of Jung in 1974. She put an ad in the newspaper. 50 people showed up under a tree, all interested in studying Jungian psychology and interested in an inner life as Dottie was.
I actually moved to Portland in part because of Oregon Friends of Jung.
I feel nurtured here.
I've been involved with Oregon Friends since 1975, and it's been very rewarding and a wonderful group.
Well, OFJ is a place where the inner life is given high value.
A lot of people in this group have a lot of wisdom to share. There's a real interest in reconnecting with that deeper philosophical or psychological parts of ourselves. But many of us have no idea where to go for that.
Jung was an amazing, rich and rigorous explorer of humanness.
And Jung made sense. So that's why I'm interested in Jung.
The idea of the collective unconscious that Carl Jung first came up with and first worked with really speaks to the idea that there is something universal that all of us can learn.
But really what he was proposing was something that is part of the evolution of human consciousness, and we are not there yet. And so it is perpetually relevant.
Jungian psychology is one way for people to better understand themselves in relationship to the world.
I had a particular interest in the way that Jung articulated his theory on synchronicity.
I think Jung did a great deal to loosen up our fear of death.
So Jungian work really helped me to embrace my shadow and to acknowledge the shadow of others.
I first heard about the Oregon Friends of Jung because I'd heard about Jung because I'd heard about Joseph Campbell. And Joseph Campbell, this was in the late 80s, and Joseph Campbell was on TV, and his ideas really intrigued me. I caught something, or actually it caught me.
And that's one of the things I really value about the work, is how it connects the inner world with the outer world and helps us kind of navigate what I think is kind of a crazy world right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I was introduced to Jung when I was a kid in Brazil. His work is really popular. The way his work inspires my art is it helps me see the world with going beyond just what I see. I'm trying to see the pattern, the symbol that's behind. Even if it's just a flower, what is behind that? What is coming through? And so through my art, I try to create these patterns that bring something more, that invites the viewer to look deeper. As a kid, from early age, I had a lot of dreams, so discovering Jung for me was extremely helpful.
So one of the things that we do in the Friends of Jung is talk about our dreams.
I love symbols and dreams.
When I look at my dreams and get some sense of who I am beyond how I present myself in the world, I really begin to more accept myself.
Dreams were very important to Jung because it put into image form the very complex aspects of our psyche and our emotions and our personality.
When you go within, that's the best way to explore the outer world.
This one is called Mummified Mommy, and it's based on a dream where a family is taking the mother and wrapping her like a mummy and then placing her out into a field.
Definitely the dreams have really helped me explore myself.
Jungians love fairy tales because fairy tales are the old stories from so many different cultures that really are the map of the psyche. and give us so much information about journeying through our lives.
There's an effort there on the part of the human psyche to communicate to us on a deep level, deeper than language. And that's what dreams do, that's what symbols do, and they're trying to tell us something. And it's our task to interpret what these messages are for our own life, so that our own life is more enriched by understanding the meaning of these communications that we're receiving from the deep psyche.
Jungian work allowed me to embrace the complexity of life.
I think Oregon Friends of Jung is as important now as it was in 1974 when the organization was founded. People are looking for meaning.
And maybe I'll get a hit in a lecture or a movie or whatever that will make sense to me, something that I've been struggling with for a long time, and finally it'll hit me. That's it.
When we select speakers for our weekend programs of lectures and workshops, we look for individuals, primarily Jungian analysts, who have something fresh to offer about psyche.
Just came down here after reading several books that I found very fascinating and came down to check out the lecture.
I always find something new and interesting that is refreshing when I come to the lectures.
I have finally found my tribe. These people think the way I think. And I was really excited about that discovery, that there was an approach to spirituality and the human psyche that made sense to me.
I keep coming because I volunteered, I learned more about it, and I got on the board, and I watched people grow, including myself.
Jungian work helps me see my own life, the richness of the patterns in my own life, and it gives it meaning.
Come join us for a lecture or a workshop. We also have a library, we have discussion groups. Become a part of our interesting and fun community.
Welcome to the spinning world. Welcome to the spinning world.